Bung bung. Go to claymcmathcomedy.com, CLAYMCMATH comedy.com for all my shows, all my merch, whatever else is on there. The Clay McMath, the Clay's Reviews database is on there. So if you want to, like, you know, search a movie, see if it's been reviewed. If it hasn't, send us an email. We'll review it. But yeah, it's all on there, man. And if you want to go see a show, just go to the show's page, click it, buy a ticket, man. It's as easy as that. The more tickets you buy, the less marketing money I've got to spend. We all win. You have a good night. We laugh. You know, you take someone on a date to a comedy show, that breaks the ice, and you're going to get laid that night. I promise you. I promise you that. That is the Clay McMath guarantee. You take someone that you haven't had sex with yet to a Clay McMath comedy show, you're getting laid, baby. Congratulations. So, claymcmathcomedy.com, get yourself some poisse, and go buy some merch, support the podcast. The podcast will issue free merch for sharing the show. So if you share the show, send us proof that you've shared the show, you've automatically entered the draw to win free merch that month. Share the show 2 times, 2 entries. 1,000 times, 1,000 entries. That's how it works. Share the show, tell a friend to tell a friend. Free merch. Think about that. Feeling tired? F*** that. Perk up and level up with Bung Bung Coffee's delicious modern dark roast. Your favourite brewer's favourite brew. bungbungcoffee.com. Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is welcome to the party. Welcome to the party, bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the big boss man, aka the clumsy jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the milkman. Because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the captain, the P. Diddy of podcasting, and I'm here today with Boardman, aka Uncle Bell, aka the Puff Daddy of podcasting, because I don't know that I want to equate ourselves too much with this man.
Yeah, I don't want my name affiliated with this dude.
But this man's in trouble and it's relevant, so we had to be the P Diddies, the Puff Daddies, the Diddies, the Daddies, the Duffies, whatever his name is, Puffies. The what else has he been? P? I don't know.
Did he call himself Love at one point?
He did call himself Love at one point, and that's interesting right there.
Pretty wild in hindsight.
Yeah, Baby Love. Dude, I remember last time I brought up Diddy, I thought I was going to get a knock at the door and see some red dots through the window, but too far away. Well, who knows? Who knows how far he's going to travel now that he's on the lam? He might end up in Adelaide hunting us down, so we better watch our mouths. But this man, initially, we talked about the rumors. Cassie said that, well, I don't even know if Cassie said it. I remember she got her head shaved or something. I think P. Diddy did it when they were dating. Then she said that he tried to blow up, or did blow up, Kid Cudi's car out of jealousy or out of love, ironically. Mm-hmm. And then Cat Williams went on Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
And talked a lot about a lot of things.
What was that, like 3 hours?
It was a 3-hour podcast. It was apparently Shannon Sharp is the Black Joe Rogan.
I listened to every second of that shit. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I was texting people about it. I very, very rarely will text someone like, you've got to listen to this podcast, because I've got my own podcast and I don't want anyone to listen to another podcast. Yeah. But I was texting many people about that one, and I was texting them, I believe every word that this dude is saying.
It was all pretty salacious, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was out there, but maybe he's a better actor than he gets credit for. Who knows? But the confidence with which he was delivering everything he said, I was sold. But things are happening this year. And he said the truth will come out. And he was telling Shannon Sharp, if you continue to allow this to be a place of truth, your podcast is going to be like the place to be. You're going to end up with people like Oprah Winfrey, you know, on this show. And so far, that, you know, Kat said he could run like a sub 540. And there's been videos of him doing it.
He did it. I did see that video.
It's crazy, bro. This man tells the truth, man. And by the way, he didn't need to. What is he, 50?
Yeah.
Late 50s even?
He didn't need to run, or he didn't need to tell the truth?
He didn't need to run.
Yeah.
He didn't need to run.
He did
like,
I didn't believe him. When I heard him say that, I
was happy for him to believe it. I was happy for him to believe it. And I didn't think he was lying. I thought he honestly believed it. Right?
Yeah.
But then he went and proved it. And if he didn't prove it, I would have been like this. Well, how old is he? You guys are really expecting that to happen? Like, come on. So he told one lie. But that was probably the most unbelievable thing he said. And then he went and proved it, bro.
Yeah, it's all pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All this Diddy stuff.
Yeah, so I guess now it's transformed from like, you know, borderline domestic abuse and, you know, attempted murder to sex trafficking. And
like Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, and potential pedophilia.
Yeah, like how many other A-listers do you reckon are caught up in this shit? Because he's pretty famous for throwing his parties.
Well, there was some talk about like Jamie Foxx filming something or like being asked to film something and then being like, fuck this, I'm out. Do you hear about that?
No, I haven't heard about that.
I don't see, it's all unsourced here at the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, so I don't really know the ins and outs of the story, but that's one thing that sort of like I remember being a thing, and then you know, more stuff's coming out about Diddy like inviting kids like Justin Bieber and others to his parties. And then that kind of Jamie Foxx memory came back to me, and I'm like, what was going on? What was going on? But like, I don't know if it quite makes me believe that like Hollywood is a sex trafficking front or whatever that like the full on conspiracy theorists believe.
Yeah, some of these rabbit holes on.
Yeah, I just think that there's big money to be made in sex trafficking, right? And either you've got enough money to become a part of Hollywood if you're in that game, or you can get enough money from Hollywood to get into the trafficking game, if that's what you're into. So like, those two things can marry up. I don't think they are exclusive. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm following you. Do you think the raids, like, I feel like Diddy would have dirt on other people. Like, from what I've read, they were looking for electronics, so like trying to find footage that he may have that he's been using as blackmail.
That's crazy. I haven't read anything about what they were looking for. My question is, what was the tip? Where did the tip come from? Do we know that?
It's Cat.
It was Cat.
I don't know, man.
It was the Club Shay Shay podcast. Yeah, I just think
50.
50's
He'd be having a field day right now.
He's no snitch. Do you know what their beef is initially?
No, I'm not sure what started that.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of talk before, you know, even before this stuff came up about Diddy, you know, being on the, you know, on the side, you know, maybe he's a mortgage broker. You know, maybe he is all about home loans. Is not what I'm trying to say. This is not foreign information. And then the news of these breaks and names start coming out, like Justin Bieber and other men's names. And so like that's a lot of the jokes that's going on. The kids in the streets or on Twitter or X, they're saying no Diddy now instead of no home loans.
I think that's going to stick.
I think it is. That's what they're doing. They're saying no Diddy out there, bro. That is, bro, can you imagine if people were out there saying no bald man?
Yeah.
Like,
there's no coming back from that one.
that one, we got to shut down the show when that starts happening, you know? Like, it's over. The dream is over at that point. You can't come out and drop new hotness after that. You can't come out with a new #1 album when everyone's saying no Diddy, bro.
Yeah.
Unless you go full Lil Nas X. If you go full Lil Nas X, maybe. But after Old Town Road, when he decided to really go down that rabbit hole, he hasn't been the same since. Well, he's got that one song, Stargazing, or it's
Star Walking.
Star Walking. Yeah, that's the one. I've been seeing comments, you know, online detectives saying things like there's not a shred of evidence to suggest that any of this is real. Now, if that's the case, when do the feds rock up? Just because some people are talking online?
Just on a hunch? Nah, I don't think so.
I think they've got something when they raid. Didn't they? His kids end up in handcuffs?
I'm not sure about that, but it
was,
wouldn't surprise me.
I think
what was it? 3 houses at once.
Yeah, and I think the raid was like 1 p.m. Well, they were coast to coast because one was a New York home and 2 were LA, or maybe
one Miami, maybe
one Miami,
one LA,
1 New York. I don't know where the kids were, but they were at home 1 o'clock on a Monday, and I saw some people talking shit about that too. Like these kids are bums. Like they're just at home at 1 o'clock on a Monday. Yeah, I think they got cuffed up. So like, does that happen for no reason?
So, quick sidebar though, what would you be doing if like your dad was Diddy and you had access to that sort of money? Would you be going to work on a Monday?
Well, I would be hoping to like at least be Donald Trump and myself, you know? Get daddy to give me $1 million loan to like make something of myself.
Okay.
Not just chilling, you know, playing Xbox or whatever.
I'd be taking some long weekends here and there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe not.
Not 24/7 though, just chilling at the crib. But I'd sleep in on a Monday here and there if I had access to that sort of bread.
I mean, I'd be starting like some type of like, you know, Diddy's got Bad Boy Entertainment. Maybe they start the film studio of Bad Boy, you know, and maybe they just try and stay away from, you know, kids entertainment and they try and just do adult. They just try and do adult entertainment, man. But yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, where were we before?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, they don't get the wrong address, they don't get the wrong date and time. The feds know where they're going, why, and they know why they're going. They're not going there just like, oh, I don't know. We saw someone tweet something, so we're just gonna have a look around. It's not how it works. There's something going on when the feds rock up.
Yeah. Did he get arrested or not?
Well, as far as I know, he wasn't at any of the homes, and he got spotted at Miami Airport trying to bounce.
Yeah. Okay.
People were saying he's on the lam. People were saying he was in like Barbados and shit, but I think that was all just like internet BS.
A few headlines saying his drug mule got arrested.
The white guy, I saw that white guy. Yeah, he reminded me of the guy from Hustle and Flow.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, that's a good one, bro. That 3 6 Mafia won an Oscar for that. Whoop that trick, get him. Whoop that trick, get him.
No, I don't reckon I've seen it.
He's DJ Smalls or DJ something.
Just DJ? Is that his name in the movie? Terrence Howard?
No. The white guy. Like, look, he kind of looks.
DJ Qualls?
Qualls, yeah.
Qualls?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what Diddy's drug mule kind of looks like.
Yeah, he does a bit.
I thought at first glance on Twitter, I was like, is that? No, it's not. But yeah, man, it's wild out there. It is wild out there. And like you said, man, like this is the tip of the iceberg. Like this cannot be like an operation that Diddy is running solo.
Yeah, I guess there was like similar sort of sentiment for quite a while there with Epstein. There was so much talk about this list is coming out. Just wait till this list comes out. All these names, it'll all be revealed. And day after day passed, no list ever dropped.
Can we talk about levels though?
Yeah, we can talk about levels.
Don't you feel like a billionaire that's like got politicians in bed from Prince Andrew to Donald Trump to Bill Clinton, plus the Hollywood people. Don't you think that there's more power willing to do what it takes to make sure that list doesn't come out?
Yeah,
like P. Diddy, I think he is a billionaire, but I just don't think he's running with those folks as much as maybe an Epstein was.
No, that's true.
His parties are well renowned for lots of celebrities being there, but you don't hear about Bill Gates showing up and old Wheelchair Jones or whatever his name was. the stargazer.
Stephen Hawking.
Hawking, yeah. Yeah, like that. You don't hear about them at Diddy's parties.
Stephen Hawking pulling up to one of those all white parties would be wild. Like, imagine that photo.
You think he gets the wheel? You think he gets the chair decked out in white? You think he gets?
Have to.
That's lit.
You have to.
That's lit. Now that's see, he was inviting the wrong people.
Got to get some AI footage of that shit put together.
Yeah. Diddy's got the wrong people at his parties, man. Has 50 ever been to one? Or have they been beefing since?
I looked it up before. They've been beefing since 2006.
Why did it say why?
50 released a diss track called The Bomb, which claims Combs knows who shot and killed Biggie.
Oh, okay.
Since then, the pair have made numerous comments about each other.
What do you think about, the game? The game's always dropping names. And I forget what song it is, but he claims that he knows who shot Biggie and Tupac.
I can't remember what the song is. Where he claims that he knows or that Diddy knows?
That he knows.
He knows.
Yeah.
I don't believe him. Do you believe him? I like the game, but I feel like he talks a lot of shit.
Do you think he's valid?
Don't know. All those allegations about him being a stripper, like, kind of fuck this street cred a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, gang members are usually pushing the bitches. Like, they're the pimps. They're not out there shaking it.
Yeah.
I think that's wild. I think that's like, that immediately makes me question your validity. And also the level of name dropping just kind of also is like I know it's like a trademark move for him now, but just from the beginning, just kind of like name dropping being your thing just kind of makes me feel like you're trying to get some clout.
Yeah,
So
not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been a big game fan in the past.
Man, I'm huge on game.
I know what you're saying about the name dropping.
No, Diddy.
I don't know. I haven't really listened to anything new from him for a few years now, though.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still dropping music, but I don't know. Might just be in a different stage in life now.
He actually dropped
looking for that.
He actually dropped something recently, I think. Like, it was a LP, I think. Like 8 tracks maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Metro Boomin. I think it was with Metro.
Did you suss it?
I did, but maybe it was long enough ago for me not to remember, and maybe that's not a good thing either. Oh, while we're on new music, did you listen to the Future Metro?
Mm.
Did you hear Kendrick's track?
Yeah, I did. That was a good listen. I enjoyed it. What do you think?
I like that Beef is back.
Yeah.
And I think the NBA needs to take notes. Shout out to Dylan Brooks, man. I know he's caught a lot of flack from the Welcome to the Poddy podcast, myself mostly. We need that. We need that in the league.
Yeah, are we going to see the Rockets in the playoffs? What do you think? They're going to edge out the Warriors or even the Lakers maybe?
The way it's looking right now, I don't like the Warriors. Steph's a magician. I don't think there's any rabbit that he can pull out of his hat to make it work. I think it's over. I think the dynasty's over. I think Clay sucks. He's washed. I know he's been doing better off the bench, but it's over for him. Draymond has got multiple personality disorder or schizophrenia or CTE or a combination of the three. There's something wrong with that motherfucker, and he got ejected with, I think, 5 minutes into the game today. Steph looked like he was crying. I don't know if that was just out of frustration or if that he's maybe internally the Warriors have made some type of threat. Like, you keep this behavior up, you're gone. Be interesting to see if he plays tomorrow or whenever. Maybe we see him on the Houston Rockets and Dylan Brooks ends up on the Golden State Warriors. You heard it here first. Welcome to the Poddy podcast.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
We'll see.
yeah, I don't see the Warriors. I think there's something. Ime Udoka is no joke. He's got him.
So you don't see the Warriors
I don't.
making the play-in tournament?
Then maybe they make the play-in, but I think
Right now there's just Rockets are 1 game back. Both teams, 10 games to go.
I think Warriors have a harder
Schedule.
Remaining.
Okay.
Remaining. Maybe that was them that I was talking to someone about it, but we could have been talking something else.
10-game win streak right now for the Rockets.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, huge. Like far and away biggest win streak in the NBA right now.
Yeah, man. I mean,
All streaks come to an end though.
they do, but like seeing the way the Warriors have been, man, they could drop the 5 for the last 10 easily. That means Houston only has to win 6 to tie.
To tie, yeah. Should be an interesting end to the season.
Standings the way they are right now, who do you have winning the first round of the playoffs?
Where they are right now.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I've got, start in the West, I've got Denver beating the Kings.
Yeah, I agree.
Minnesota, Phoenix. I'd probably go with Phoenix.
All right, you got a lot of playoff experience in Phoenix, and you got a third-year player trying to put a team on his back in Minnesota.
Yeah, Cat being out with an injury for quite a while now.
And that no home loans, that length on defense in what has like been their identity as a defensive team, lacking that is difficult. However, Naz Reid playing really well.
Yeah, it has been.
God, I don't like to see Minnesota drop the first round. I don't like to see that, but Phoenix, I just think Phoenix with, KD, Booker, no offense to Brad Beal, but I don't know. Yet to see anything in playoffs from him. You know what I mean? You got Grayson Allen, the best shooter in the NBA.
Yeah. keep my fantasy team afloat right now.
They've got Nurkic, 20 boards a game. Yeah, I think Phoenix take that.
Okay. Then we got OKC, Dallas.
I can't go past Dallas, man.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, OKC still young. Hopefully the next couple of years we see him make a run. I don't see him getting past Dallas.
Yeah. I just don't trust OKC's front court.
Yeah.
I like Chet, but I just don't think he's ready to make some.
He's hitting the wall right now. He's not looking good. Like he was, all credit where it's due. He came out first half of this season chopping. Wendy is clearly rookie of the year now.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it did not look like that at the start of the season. But yeah, he's hit a wall, and people are still sucking on him because he no home loans. Because no Diddy. Because he hasn't missed a game. You missed 82 games last year, so I don't care if you didn't miss a game. Yeah.
All right, and then we have the Clippers and the Pelicans.
Clippers, to me, have been funny. When they first got this group together, they looked trash. Ty Lue said, give me 8 games. 8 games went by. Bang. They wanted this run. They looked unstoppable. Now they look a little bit doo-doo again. If you can't figure out what you are or what you're doing, I can't trust you. And the Pelicans, they are similar to the Orlando Magic in the East. No one's talking about them, but those boys are playing. I'm taking the Pelicans.
All right, we agree on that one too.
Okay. That's good. That's good audio.
Okay. Just back on the Clippers quickly though. I haven't been following them too closely. Have they been dealing with injuries lately? Well, I know Russ hasn't been playing, but apart from that, of the other 3 guys,
I think the other guy. Who's the third guy? Paul George, Harden,
and Kawhi.
Oh, Kawhi. Yeah, they've all been playing.
Yeah, okay.
Paul George is hitting some threes. He seems to be doing all right. Harden facilitating. I don't know. They seem to be getting their numbers, but they're just not winning.
4 and 6 in the last 10.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and against winning teams in their last 9 games against winning teams, 1-8.
Yeah, that's bad.
You can't be doing
That's
that
bad.
going into playoffs.
Nah, don't trust that.
No.
All right, Eastern Conference. So as it stands, first round would be Boston, Philadelphia.
Boston.
Yep. Good chat. All right.
Hold on. Boston, they've just looked so strong all year. If it's not this year, I don't think it's happening for them. So it has to happen for them.
Hope it doesn't happen, but
Yeah, I know.
it's looking like this year.
Philly, I don't trust them. I don't like that. I never like a Lowry trade. I just don't like Lowry. But you've got him on his coming home tour or whatever. I don't think that's a good look when you're trying to win a ring. Maybe you're trying to give him a ring at home. That's a beautiful idea, but it's not going to happen. Yeah, they're talking about Embiid coming back for playoffs.
I think so.
Yeah, we've seen what happens to him in playoffs too. So,
especially after this long of a break.
Yeah, I think, dude, barring injury, just how are you supposed to beat Boston, man? You got JT, JB, Porzingis is their big 3. But Porzingis and Derek White.
Yeah, dude, he's a problem.
Those are the 2 guys that Tatum can have a game where he scores 6 points off of, 2 for 15. And when you look at that out of the leader of your team, that should be an L. But then for some reason, you got Derek White with 30 off the bench. You got and 3 blocks.
Yeah, dude.
And then you got KP. He's got 4 threes and 6 assists and 25 points. Like those are the catalysts for this championship. Al Horford as well. In the playoffs, he's got another level, even though he's like 38 or something, same as LeBron. I think he's older than LeBron, maybe.
He's younger.
Younger.
He's up there though.
Yeah.
And I don't think Drew Holiday's missed a corner 3 for like 4 months now.
Oh, dude, how am I missing Drew Holiday? The only person in the team with championship experience. He's going to be in there calming dudes down. You cannot make me bet against that team in the first round of playoffs.
All right, Bucks, Heat.
You go first. I just took over.
I'm going with the Bucks in this one. If everyone stays healthy, I feel like Giannis is going to have a point to prove after going down to the Heat quite easily last year.
Yeah, me too. I think the Heat are phony baloney. I understand playoff Jimmy. I know that he's got that pedigree where he can chill for the entire season and then he's like, okay, I'm going to be a 40-point a game player for playoffs. I know that he can do that. I don't trust what's around him.
No, not this year.
Yeah.
Not this year. They lost some pretty key role players.
Yeah.
Last season. All right, Knicks, Pacers.
Pacers, again, phony baloney, fraudulent, fugazi. They're cubic zirconians, bro. They're fucking cheap. I don't like them. You got your point guard, Halliburton, your backup point guard, TJ McConnell. He's getting paid $20 a game, putting up bigger numbers, bro.
Yeah, he's doing well.
You got to be kidding me, bro. Nah, your backup point guard cannot be eating like that. And he's not even like a 6 man of the year candidate. That's Malik Monk, Yeah. And he's about to get bounced in the first round. So buy Pacers. The Knicks.
What do you think of Pascal Siakam being there?
They haven't looked right since. They have not looked right since.
He had a couple of all right games like early on, but I haven't heard much about him since.
Nah. He's still he's probably leading the team in points and rebounds, but the team hasn't looked the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And then the 4-5 matchup is Cleveland and Orlando.
Man, Cleveland, you asked me this a month ago and I'm easily picking Cleveland because they were on a roll. They were looking tight, well-oiled machine. But they're falling off as well. Not probably as hard as like the Pacers, but over there in Orlando, you got a team that's over there just racking up dubs and no one's talking about them. Jalen Suggs matching up on. Is Donovan Mitchell coming back?
He hasn't been playing for a little while and Garland doesn't look ready to be the man. Like he needs Needs a runner mate there with him.
Yeah. I think, well, Garland generally looks better without Mitchell.
He's just...
And he has not been.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit biased here. I've got him in my fantasy team currently in the playoffs. Yeah. He's killing me. Field goal percentage, he's killing me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I don't even think Jalen Suggs matches up on him. I don't think he has to. He might take, I don't know, who runs side by side with him.
And Karis LeVert, he'd probably start, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he does. And he's consistently inconsistent. He can give you 30 or he can give you 7.
Yeah.
I don't want that in the playoffs. I think, I got to take Orlando.
It's about to be a contrarian, but no, I'm with you. I'm with you.
You're about to Kyrie me?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That was 4-5 matchup. Who's the 5? That's got to be Orlando.
Orlando's a 5.
Yeah. That's crazy that they're up that high. That's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm happy for them.
What do we got? Like 2 weeks left, regular season.
Yeah.
So a lot of this might change.
Yeah.
A few moving parts, but
Preseason, I would have said play in max for Orlando. I don't know.
I'm just trying to look at who's in the play-in now that we didn't expect to be there. So Chicago, Atlanta, Brooklyn.
I think I would have thought Brooklyn was going to be higher.
They're not currently in the play-in, but they still got a chance. They haven't been eliminated yet.
I would have almost guaranteed you that Chicago was going to be in play-in. That's what we do.
Okay.
It was Chicago, Atlanta last year. Atlanta bounced us, I reckon. Yeah, I would have said play-in team for Orlando for sure. But yeah, to see them in 5th is awesome because a lot of those guys. Shout out to Joe Ingles, Adelaide, represent. All right, should we get into this movie?
Let's do it.
Comedy, action, horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes. This segment is Clay's Reviews. My pick this week, I picked American Underdog on Netflix. And I picked this. It's March Madness, NCAA tournament, and I was just like, I'm just going to click on sports movies and see what's the first one. And that was the first one. So,
man of your word.
Yeah. Yeah. But I enjoyed this because I didn't know this story. And I didn't really know Kurt Warner. I mean, he was playing in the late 90s, early 2000s in the NFL. So, yeah, like I was early teen in those days. So I didn't really follow NFL yet, but like knew the name. You know, he's a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that he really had to grind to get into the league, and yeah, I guess his story was he was watching Joe Montana when he was a kid, loved football, and he immediately was like, I just want to play football. I want to be a quarterback. He was a good college player, but it looks like he'd jump out of the pocket, run with the football, like, you know, is huge in the game today. Mike Vick, Lamar Jackson type of shit.
Just ahead of his time.
Yeah. But he was a white guy that wasn't Mike Vick. Yeah. And his coach wouldn't give him an opportunity because he wouldn't stay in the pocket, because that was what a quarterback did back then. You stay in the pocket, you throw the football. And he didn't have a lot of highlights, but he still wanted to get drafted. He was sending his tape out to agents, NFL teams, and didn't get drafted. Got a couple of workout opportunities, didn't work out, ended up going to arena football. And
just back on his college, so I was a little bit unfamiliar with all this. What was the college league that he was in? Because they were talking about players from that league usually don't even get a look.
Yeah, so football has different grades of Division 1.
Right. Like
1A, AA, AAA.
Yeah, okay.
Because football is such a physical game, you can't have a team full of accountants.
Yeah, someone might die.
Yeah. So they have different levels to prevent that, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Is my understanding of it. Maybe it's got something to do with TV rights and bowl games and all that as well. I'm sure that's part of it. But That's essentially what it is. You go to Alabama, you're basically a professional football player. You go to, Middle Tennessee State University. What are we talking about?
Yeah, okay.
Someone's going to break your neck.
I was just curious about that because I hadn't heard that term before. Like, you hear like Div 1, Div 2, but
yeah. So yeah,
all the alphabet into it threw me off.
Yeah, there's levels to Division 1.
Okay.
So he was at a 1AA school, and yeah, he didn't get drafted. Fucked up a workout with the Packers.
Yeah, what an idiot.
Crazy. Never in a million. I just wouldn't have done that. I just wouldn't have, like an excuse not to go in and show what you can do. Seemed like, and he said later in the movie to like the coach of the Rams, like I wasn't ready back then, and I know I am now. And yeah, like you couldn't have been ready because like all I know is I would have gone in. I just would have gone in.
Yeah, whether you know the plays or not.
Yeah,
you
just make something happen. Show them what you can do, so you can get on the team. Yeah. So he fucked up that workout. Fate brings him to the Arena Football League, which he thinks is just for washed up players circling the drain. He called it. So they're just winding up their careers. And he goes and he makes a huge impact. People see him play. He gets a tryout with the Rams. They were St. Louis Rams at the time. He goes there and he gets it done.
Is arena football still a thing?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, a guy from my college ended up playing arena football, but that was obviously years ago now.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still a thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'd never seen any like footage or anything of it before.
Yeah, so the sidelines are walls. Yeah, so there's no like you can't just like step out of bounds.
Oh,
yeah.
It actually looked pretty entertaining.
Yeah, they like crunch you and it's fast. I've never watched a full game, just highlights. But
yeah, it looks like the kind of shit like people in smaller country towns would really get around.
Yeah, it looks sick.
All right, so this main character, what's his name again?
Kurt Warner.
But the actual actor?
Don't remember. He's the guy from Shazam.
Zachary Levi.
Yes.
So when we first see him early in the movie, how old is he meant to be? Like a 4th or 5th year in college? Probably a 5th year, so let's call it 23, 24. I don't know about that.
No.
I don't know about that. This guy looks like he's had a mortgage for the best part of 15 years.
Yeah, do you think do you know if this was a Netflix original?
I don't know where I find that out.
No, don't worry about it. Yeah. I don't think it was now that I think about it, but like it just seemed like they could have CGI or something. But yeah, he just looked old from the very start.
I don't think it was in theaters everywhere.
Okay. I totally agree with you. The casting was they should have casted someone younger and made him look older later.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a wild casting.
I mean, I got it later in the film. It made sense when he was like 30 or whatever, getting drafted.
Yeah.
Or late 20s.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of believable, but not as like someone in their early 20s.
No.
Wasn't believing that at all.
Not at all.
What did you think about the love story in this?
Well, I guess it was true. So that's nice. This was obvious. So this was the late 90s, and he rocks up at her house, which would have been considered romantic back then. He asked the bartender where she lived, and the bartender told him, and he went there. If that happens today, someone gets shot, stabbed, cops get called. You can't just rock up at someone's house.
No.
I can't get a coffee. I can't go get a coffee, and the waitress brings it out to me. I'm like, oh, she's hot. Go ask the barista where she lives, and the barista's gonna be like, if you don't get out of here, I'm calling the cops. It doesn't even.
If I ever see you again, I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, you can't do that. So that was like the first thing. Like I was like, who the fuck? Like that's crazy. Like of course she's not gonna be into him. And I was like, oh no, actually, like back then, that's probably romantic as hell.
Like real life stalking instead of online stalking.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be.
Yeah, that's what you used to have to do. You used to have to actually like pull up on a doorstep like a real psycho to get a bitch, man.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty wild. But now that we've talked it through, like, that's just how it was back then.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you this. I've been in a relationship with somebody who had kids before, like not Rach, someone else. And I've never like really been into kids. So it was like, I was like trying actively to avoid meeting him, and she was like trying to not have me meet him either because she could feel that I wasn't really. But like this guy just walks in and he's like all like just into this kid, you know. So he was
no Diddy.
Yeah, yeah. He was Diddy bopping the whole fucking first scene with this kid. Like I've never, not even with my friends' kids, really like gravitated towards them and like played with them or just had full conversations with them and shit. And this dude was just like fully into this kid straight away, which just like, I don't know. Some people are just like that, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Just weird to me, but maybe I'm weird.
No, not weird. We're just all different. I mean, I've tried to have conversations with Kenny, but I'm just not getting far.
Well, he doesn't talk yet.
He's getting close though.
Yeah,
he said hello.
He did, and I was surprised because he doesn't do a lot of that. Yeah, I just thought. Yeah, I don't know. What did you think of the love story?
I mean, yeah, as you said, it was all true. So I wasn't gonna.
It was better than
poke
Purple
too many
Hearts
holes.
shit.
Oh, we're not talking about that shit.
Yeah, at least
I'd forgotten about that till you just brought it up.
At least she wasn't just trying to bang him every time he cried.
Yeah, fuck, what a shit movie. Yeah, I didn't mind it. The love story, it was what it was.
Was there any scenes or shots or anything that stood out to you? Was there anything cinematically that like stood out at all?
Not really, but like I actually really enjoyed this film.
I did too. I always love feeling inspired, and I think the part of the love story that I loved the most was that she was ride or die. She wasn't like, I think it's time to give it up. You should get a job at Hungry Jack's, you know? She was just like, keep going. Like, just, you don't need to prove anything to anybody, but keep going, you know?
Yeah.
And he did, and he fucking did it, man. He didn't just make the NFL.
No, he dominated that shit. Like, I was doing a bit of reading about it today, and it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
It's truly probably the greatest underdog story in sports. And we can pretend like Michael Jordan, he didn't make the team in high school. 30 hit big shot after big shot on every stage. Like this man like had to play arena football. That is like Michael Jordan going and playing in the Canadian Basketball Association.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I had a question. What did you think about the casting of the son? Did that throw you off or not?
That he was Asian?
Yeah, was he in real life? Because I swear that she said the little girl and little boy had the same dad.
I guess I probably didn't catch the conversation where they discussed it. I figured that they just hired a blind kid.
Yeah, okay.
I guess you're not allowed to play blind if you're not blind these days as well. So I think I was just in my mind, they were just looking to hire a blind kid.
Yeah.
But then the picture at the end, the real life picture,
he looked like Hispanic.
He didn't look Asian. He looked Hispanic, which kind of, I guess, there are some similarities, I suppose. And they've got 7 kids. And he's like a full God guy, you know, as well. So I don't know if she birthed 5 more kids or if they went and, you know, bought them off Diddy. I don't know what they would do.
Shit. That man's just catching strays, but might be deserved.
No, I don't know if they adopted kids or what. Because it was very even. Because everything was by the grace of God, and like I pray, I'm just gonna pray God. The girl's family died, and he had to cry, and he's praying to God. There was a lot of God in this, like more than I would have thought. And then when he wins MVP, Super Bowl MVP, he, thanks God. They show that in the real clip. A lot of people do that. So, but he seems like a man of faith, and a lot of people that identify that way try to do things for others. So to have 7 kids, I just wondered if they were all theirs or not.
Yeah, fact check.
But yeah, the Asian kid, I don't know.
What'd you have for a snack for this one?
Yeah, so I had crispy M&Ms because I just figured that a little puffed piece of rice covered in chocolate kind of looks like a football.
Some of mine have been a stretch, but that's up there.
What did you get?
So I ate mine, and then I had to like post justify why I ate it. So I had it's called like a Utopia ice cream. So it's like the Audi knockoff of Magnum.
Right. Okay.
So it's a bit of like, it's a bit underrated.
It's an underdog.
Might be a bit of an underdog.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. When he first gets in, and or maybe the first touchdown he throws or something, and because he was working in the Hy-Vee, the supermarket, and the guy is working, and he sits down in the back room and he's watching the game. He's like, he did it. I could have cried. I could have fucking cried.
That's a powerful scene.
But I just was like, oh, dude, like, he did do it, man. I love inspirational shit like that. I love it. I was really happy to watch this movie. You got anything else? In terms of scenes that sort of that cinematically I was impressed by, when he first showed up at the practice for the Arena Football League with all the hay bales as the walls, I figured that was like on location. I figured that probably wasn't in a studio. Yeah.
All the cars lined up, the headlights on.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, I like that. And the running to the service station, the gas station, to get some petrol in
the snow.
Yeah. I thought it was a powerful scene, and also just like, the snow and like the drone shot. Yeah, I thought that was pretty good too. So they did have some like level of photographic direction, I suppose. Again, it's not one of those movies where every scene you're just like, oh, this is a masterpiece. It's the story that carries it. The acting was whatever as well. I thought probably the best on ground probably goes to the wife, Anna Paquin. I thought she probably nailed it, and the kid actually as well, the blind kid.
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, he smashed it. So they probably got bogged for me.
Okay,
what'd you give it?
I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I think it's a 7. It's up there. It's worth a watch. I would watch it again for sure if I'm feeling like my life's not going anywhere. Oh God, the podcast is stagnant. Oh, I'm not getting any gigs. Can't write any jokes, got writer's block. I think this is something that could definitely like light a fire under you. Yeah, definitely worth a watch and rewatch even. Yeah. Rewatchability is a big one for me.
Don't need to know anything about Kurt Warner either.
Or football.
Oh yeah, went into it knowing nothing and learned a bit, but yeah, it's just a good story.
Yeah, just an amazing story. Like the fact that it's a true story, you know me. I'm a sucker for a true story. But like this story in particular, like unbelievable. 2 true stories in a row, by the way. Society of the Snow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This one's a little bit more uplifting.
A little bit. Yeah.
Wanted to cry for a different reason this week.
Yeah.
But, and then 7 out of 10 for American Underdog. You know what it is. Welcome to the Poddy on everything. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. Make sure you go to claimingmathcomedy.com and buy some tickets to all of my upcoming gigs. Everyone that buys a ticket, I'm extremely grateful for. We all are. We love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. And as always, bung bung.